Okay, my beautiful friends, and you are all beautiful. Yes, it's me. This is Thursday, April 8th, 2021, and another day, another record high for the S&P 500. You are not surprised about this. No, no, no. I told you that's the way it's going to go, and that's the way it is going to go, especially again after what happened today. And we have a lot to talk about here. Let's start off with, well, I guess the market. New record high for the S&P 500. Nasdaq put on a nice gain. Dow Jones Industrial Average put on a nice gain. 10-year yield came down 1.63. The dollar got hit. What would you expect? Okay, stocks are going to go up. Crude oil, which had been down earlier today, finished flat. Look at the market, people. All you have to do, like I've been explaining to you since time in Freak Show Memorial, is watch a few things, and you can be like Greg Manarino and understand where the market's going to go pretty much with like a 90+% accuracy rate. It's not hard to do. Just watch that 10-year yield, watch the dollar, watch crude oil, and then listen. Listen to what is being said by, well, the Federal Reserve, more importantly than anybody else here. And you will understand exactly where the market's going to go and what you need to do to get yourselves in the right spots. I've covered this to the point of nauseum. Let's talk about that real quick. So, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen Stein, yeah, she's a human stain, just like Yellowstone. We'll talk about Yellowstone in a moment. So Yellen, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, she's talking about capital injections. In other words, our economy is so strong right now that she sees danger if we don't start injecting capital into the markets. Does this sound familiar to you? It should, because this is exactly what they were talking about during the crash of '08, and it's what they did, capital injections. So I personally have never heard a Treasury Secretary with her sense of urgency. I mean, she's like raising alarm bells here. Capital injections, capital injections. You got to be kidding me. But I thought we were in an economic boom. Isn't it supposed to be great and fantastic and fabulous? No, wait a minute. We lost another 744,000 people, who just reported today, first-time unemployment benefits. You can't make this stuff up. Look, if you were the average person, number one, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be sitting here watching this video blog. You'd be glued to one of the mainstream financial channels, I guess buying the propaganda. That's what their mass brainwashing mechanisms here. That's all they are. Convincing the sheep that what they are seeing is absolutely real, and they have no idea that it's all a scam. And I'm not just talking about the scamdemic. I'm talking about the narrative that we're in an economic boom. We're doing great right now. Really, if we were, would Janet Yellen be talking about capital injections? I don't think so. Or this one. So, Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell, also known as Yellen, another human stain, today explained the Federal Reserve is about to pull the trigger on yield curve control. Duh! I've explained this to you all, that the Fed is going to issue yield curve control. It's a guarantee, 100%. Henceforth, why, yet again, another record high for the S&P 500. The other indices are not far behind. Why the 10-year yield came down today, and why the dollar just got hit. How does the Fed do it? Well, let's see. Jay Powell may think he's God, but he's certainly not God. So what the man has to do is have the Federal Reserve create trillions and trillions of dollars out of thin air. Just add digits to a screen and then buy more debt. Like they're already doing. The Fed cannot say they're going to keep rates low. They can't just say it. They have to do it. They have to create debt out of thin air and they have to buy it all. That's what they're doing now, people. Like I have explained to you, this is a takeover on an unprecedented scale. And the dollar getting hit today, it's kind of interesting. Again, let's think about this. Goldman Sachs, I talked about this lately. Several days ago, they're waving the white flag with regard to a dollar short position. And since that day, down, 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 dollar's gotten weaker. And it's just a matter of time before the dollar gets decimated in its current form. This is what they want to do. The Fed is going to issue yield curve control. We heard from the Fed today. They're about to pull the trigger on it. The market's going to go crazy. Understand, the market just doesn't want to hear it. Yes, we hit an all-time high with regard to the S&P 500. But the market doesn't want to hear the jawboning. It wants to see the action. So when this actually happens, wait till you see what happens to the stock market. It's going to skyrocket. Speaking of skyrocketing stock market and in a free fall economy, we have people today, again, leveraged beyond their eyeballs to participate in the freak show market. Margin debt is, again, at an all-time record high. This is the amount of cash investors, people, and even institutions have borrowed to participate in the freak show engineered rally run by the Federal Reserve. You understand? This is the Fed. The Fed's running the entire show. Everything. The Federal Reserve is the government. Okay, you may think it's not the government. You're wrong. They pull the strings. They're dictating what's happening, when it happens. They control the cash. You understand? They control the cash. They control the world. All these other freaks, they don't matter at all. They're not the real government. They're the distraction. Okay, look here. Look at what these freaks are saying so you don't cast your eyes over at the Federal Reserve, who's running the show. Let's move forward here. Gold and silver gained today. Cryptocurrencies, nice gains across the board. People, you know how I feel here. And I'm going to say it again for the quadrillionth time. These are the places you need to be. Okay, physical gold, physical silver, more specifically, and yes, you need to be in cryptocurrencies. I know there's the talk of the SEC yesterday about regulation. We've heard it over and over and over again. It's just not happening. I don't believe it's happening. I really don't. So henceforth, why I remain a major bull with regard to cryptos, people. I own them. You know my take on it. These are assets you really should have in your portfolio, whether you know what they are or not, whether you understand what they are or not. Okay, it could be anything. But these are making people a lot of cash. At one point, it's going to reverse. There's no doubt about it. But I think we are way, way off of that mark. With the Federal Reserve, with their foot to the floor, buying it all, Powell, Yellowstone saying, that's it. They're all in. Yield curve control is coming. Trillions of more dollars are being borrowed into existence here. You got Janet Yellen talking about capital injections. Where do you think this is going? I mean, I know there are some people who are still believing a crash is going to happen today or tomorrow. You got to lay off. Too much. Too much of anything is not good. It's melting your brain cells if you believe this. If you understand the game, you can stay ahead of it. And that's all I'm trying to do here for you is keep you ahead of what's going on. Look, I got the dream job here. All right. I'm sitting here. I pay attention to what's going on. I enlighten all of you. And what do? I do something about it. I don't sit here and do nothing. I act. And that's how you win. You got to act. You can't just sit here and say, wow, you know what? This sounds good. It's really, really interesting. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? I hope you're doing something. And I know if you follow this blog, more than likely you're doing something. You're not sitting back like a sheep being led to the slaughter. Because people, this is opportunity. Okay, we're in free fall. New World Order take over the United States. We're done. The old world America gone, dead and buried. But that does not mean that you need to be dead and buried. You understand? So anyway, let's just put this whole thing together. It's very lovely. New record high today for the S&P 500. The other indices are not far behind. 10-year yield lower. Great for the stock market. Dollar, much lower today, got cremated. That's great for the stock market too, okay? You got the promise of capital injections, and you get the promise of yield curve control. Where do you think the stock market's going to go? You tell me, okay? Because I guess I'm not smart enough to know. Understanding what I've been telling you for over an entire decade, that the central banks are going to inflate on a scale that you cannot believe, and I've nailed that one to the wall. Well, you haven't seen anything yet. So where do you want to be? You want to be on the opposite side of that trade, people, betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, like I've been telling you since time immemorial. It's a freak show, right? Yeah, maybe I'm a freak too, but that's okay. I'm trying to help you out. Physical silver, people, my favorite asset of all time. Gold, cryptocurrencies, and if you want to trade this market, this is the gift that keeps on giving, because I'm telling you what to buy. I'm telling you pretty much what you should be doing. Again, subscribe to my free newsletter. There is a link in the description of this video. Pay attention to the people in my chat room on my website, traderschoice.net. It's free. I pay to have that chat room there for you. It's not for me. Of course, I go there and I post things, and sometimes I go over there and chat a little bit, but I'm kind of a busy guy. But pay attention to what's going on in that chat room. I post things you're not supposed to know right in that chat room, and there's a lot of people there, and they're willing to help you. So take advantage of my website right down here. It's for you. It's not for me. All right, with that said, people, look, we got this down. We got this covered from every angle, upside down, backwards, sideways, forwards, reverse, and everything you can think about. And we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. We are unstoppable. You understand? All right, so with that said, I'm going to let you all go. Please share the video. Get it out there. Let people hear this stuff. We can all win. We can all win. And that's what I want. I'm out of here. See you in the morning.